before we start tonight's podcast, I just wanted to pay a quick tribute to Nicholas Parsons, who died last week at the age of 96. Parsons appeared in The Curse of Fenric as the vicar, but he was so much more than that. He was also an extremely funny man. He hosted Just a Minute on Radio 4 for donkey's years, like over 50 years consecutively, and he will be sorely missed. And now we've got that out of the way. This is Praxeus. This episode is Praxeus, written by Pete McTighe and Chris Chibnall. Oh boy, we'll get to that in a second. And joining me to get to that in a second are my two co-hosts. Firstly, to my virtual left, yesterday was the greatest day of his life. Why? Because today was a perfect mirror image of itself. It's Freezing Inferno.
We're doing it again.
We're doing it again. And to my virtual right, she has an incurable condition. And that condition's name is Sass. It's Cat.
I think that's
sorry. I gotta bang my head against the desk a little bit more first.
So yeah.
Why? Why, Chibnall? Why?
Oh yes. Let's just get it out of the way right now. I have something to get off my chest again.
Okay, here
Brace
we go.
yourselves. I have no problems with this episode.
See, I knew that was coming because Kat already did that joke.
Yeah, I know. Damn you.
Now you're mirroring her. Fuck.
Well, I have one problem with it, and I'm going to give you something related to it that we're going to have up.
Oh God, here we go.
I believe this is the correct.
But not for the whole episode.
No, it's going to be the whole episode.
You don't have control of that.
There you go.
What? Oh. What?
What? Oh, right. I just saw it.
I don't. What? What am I looking at?
Look what's in their hands and look at the top left corner of the screen.
What?
It's Birdemic, people.
Yes,
Oh
I got
Jesus!
it.
Oh God! See, I don't know that much about fucking Birdemic.
Well, that's about enough life for me for one day.
Oh God!
Let me check the watch. It's about that time. But this was not Birdemic, thank God. This was Praxeus, which was slightly better than Birdemic.
No. Oh, slightly better.
It is an improvement on Pete McTighe's previous effort because I don't see people calling it evil.
I mean, here I am. I haven't seen any major critique about it, on that aspect, ideologically, as it were.
And yes, I'm still upset about people calling Kablam evil. And yes, I will keep bringing that up. Thank you for asking. I think this is actually not bad. I don't think it's as good as last week's. I don't think it's the best of the series so far. Spoilers for overall thoughts, by the way. But there are a lot of elements of this that I do rather like. And here's the best one. The companions actually get to do something.
This is really properly, grand and, globe-trotting. It's a big, wild roller coaster ride, which Chibnall is very good at. With this episode, it's got the Pete... How do you say it? McTighe?
Pete McTighe.
Pete McTighe?
I think it's McTighe or McTighe, but let's go with McTighe.
Pete the Teak Table. Who cares?
Well, okay. McTighe and Chibnall.
No, not McTighe.
They both have...
McTighe.
McTighe, the fucking Kerblam guy, and Chris Chibnall. Unlike Fugitive of the Jadoon, it's not obvious what parts which writer did. It doesn't feel so blatant about it, but I feel like Chibnall's definitely on the globetrotting thing. That's very much his thing. Look at Resolution or Spyfall, and that's very much a Chibnall aesthetic. It's grand adventure.
Excuse you, at least one of those we never bring up again.
Well, now we're going to have to actually have a conversation.
Oh, wonderful. I see what you did there, by the way. I'm just ignoring it.
No, but so it's got this grand globe-trotting aspect, and the way it separates the companions, and really it gives them companions of their own in a way with the guest cast, which is really brilliant because you get to see the companions who know a little more about space adventure stuff and all this thing than the guest stars do. They get to sort of not take charge, but be clever, I guess is the right way to say it.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting how they
pull
get
a Clara.
Hey!
Funnily enough, one of these companions does very much remind me of Clara in this episode.
Yeah,
and it's
look
not...
who that is.
Wow. Do you really think Ryan's like Clara?
You're getting warmer.
No, but like we'll be talking about the various guest stars, but I do like how the plots at first they sort of feel like their own little separate genre realms. Like Ryan and Gabriella, they get this like Resident Evil style sort of going to an abandoned hospital. And then you've got this alien tech attack thriller thing with Graham, Yaz, and Jake. And then the Doctor and Suki and... what was the other guy's name?
Aramu.
Aramu. Yeah.
It doesn't matter because the episode didn't care about him.
5.
I mean, they get sort of a science sort of thing with the lab in Madagascar, and they get to see a body get snapped by Thanos or whatever the fuck happens.
I never thought of it like that, but you're right.
You never thought about it?
No.
They get exploded. They get fucking Thanos.
Yeah.
Or as Spider-Man Far From Home calls it, in which I mean, the fandom had a bunch of names like getting snapped or getting dusted, but the official term, according to Spider-Man Far From Home, is blipped. Which what?
Blipped?
Blip! I swear to God,
The blip.
that's what they call the Thanos snap thing. They call it the blip, and they call it getting blipped. It's dumb. It's weird. But no, like you got the Silent Hill Resident Evil style hospital thing. You've got alien intrigue, and you got the science. It's really interesting, and you each get a piece of the puzzle, so to speak, and then more pieces come and go. It's really actually quite well put together in a way.
This is a lot more competently plotted out, I think, than Orphan 55.
Yeah, that's... We're going to be bringing up Orphan 55 in comparison a lot, which...
Well, that's because this is basically Orphan 55 done better.
I mean...
Yeah.
Listen. I have one... Like, you're not wrong. I got to concede that point. You're not wrong. This is a more competent version of Orphan 55. There's one of the two things it doesn't do quite as well as I personally did for Orphan 55, but overall, it is a more competent Orphan 55.
Well, it's got better written characters and the companions that get to do things, so I think it is better than Orphan 55.
You're not wrong.
But you're about to argue that I'm wrong.
Well, I'm not yet. We'll get to it.
I like you putting it out.
No. We've got an agenda. We've got the minutes here.
There are some nice scenes that I just want to briefly touch on featuring the companions. And actually, I think they tend to do better when the Doctor's not around, funnily enough, in this episode.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like this, you said, the Clara thing, the Clara comparison. They get to take on the Doctorish role in her absence during this episode. So
yeah,
it makes them stronger from that.
Oh, and there it is again for the first straight week, by the way.
I'm just preemptively putting
Oh, right.
it up there. Just saying.
You're just getting all your ducks in a row. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I have that episode to my hard drive now. It's not going away. It's not going anywhere for the time being.
Oh God. So
yeah, they all get some nice little moments. Graham gets a really nice moment where he gives a pep talk to Jake, who we'll talk about when we talk about the guest characters.
Oh God.
And it's that little heartbreaking look he gives.
Oh, that's a really good scene.
He didn't say a single word. You just see him slowly turn his head, and it's like you feel all the emotion.
Yeah. Do you know, for the supposed comic relief, Bradley Walsh is a pretty damn good actor.
He has some funny moments here.
All right, according
to the scanner, the thing is behind this wall. According to the scanner, the thing is behind this door.
Yeah, Yaz turns it round for him.
Oh, it's cute.
That was really good. I laughed out loud at that. Ryan, I think he's perhaps the least served of the three. But even he gets to do things. He gets to dissect a bird.
Hell yeah.
Which I'm telling you right now that you don't do that in GCSE biology class. It's usually a frog. It's not a bird.
Well, he didn't say he could do it well.
Owl pellets.
I do like what he said. I'll dissect it, but I won't. It won't be very neat, but I'll dissect it.
God.
And the strongest, and I can't believe I'm saying this. This is like the second time I said this. The strongest of the companions this week is Yaz.
Holy goddamn! All it took was making her more like Clara.
She's basically Clara minus the personality.
I mean, listen. If you didn't do this, then she'd be minus the personality anyway, and she wouldn't even have the Clara elements. So, improvement. But yeah, she takes initiative, wants to stay behind to investigate the alien tech, and Gabriella sticks along with her, being her proto-companion in a way. And it is like I said, Yaz is a little more knowledgeable about space bullshit than Gabriella, who doesn't know anything. So Gabriella can act sort of like the straight man to the group, where it's like, we're going to do a teleport. Really? Are we really going to do a space-time teleport right now? Really?
I have to agree with Gabriella in that situation. What if it takes them to a place they couldn't survive in?
Then they'd be dead.
Yaz even says, well, we didn't teleport into an active volcano, so that's a result.
Well, I said, well, what if they went to some place where they wear the gas?
It's a very irresponsible thing for her to do.
I mean, we're comparing her to Clara. Was Clara the most responsible individual on the planet?
No, and it got her killed.
It's very face the race.
Very face the race.
I hope this is not where we're going with Yaz.
No, but she literally
I don't know. Oh my god!
No.
Fuck! Fuck!
They're not ravens. Ravens are not seabirds.
Well, neither were those birds that were all over the place.
Oh, that creepy bird that was following them from wherever. Peru, I think.
I do like this term for Yaz, just being a little more daring. Let's say daring instead of irresponsible and whatnot. Now, if you wanted to get cynical, you could say, oh, well, the plot is just sidelining Yaz and Gabriella and down in the ocean so that it can focus on the other people. But really, them going down there does form a narrative function because it both A, sets up the garbage dump in the middle of the sea there, and B, it gives you the clue about Madagascar. Which I picked up on, and I was like, wait a minute, Madagascar? Oh shit, does that mean that the lab lady's evil? And then she was helping, I was like, that. Then Yaz calls, and it's like, oh shit!
Yeah. I also like Yaz's disappointment in that one scene where she's like, all it said that she's found an alien planet all by herself. It said, not quite, it's actually an alien construct, and then she gets all disappointed.
It's a light little characterization. Oh my god! Chris Chibnall and
it's relatable too, isn't it? In a way, because
they're doing something with Yaz. What?
If you weren't gripped by fear from it all, I think if you discovered something like that, or you thought you discovered something completely unknown by yourself, you would be excited.
You can see why she'd be proud. It's great. Yaz was great in this one. What?
Although you got a character named Yaz, and you don't make a joke about the plastic population, 0 out of 10. I mean, it was right there. The one chance you got to make a Yaz in the plastic population joke, and you didn't take it.
I don't understand this reference, but okay.
Yaz, have you guys heard the theory that's going around between Yaz?
No.
Well, there's apparently a theory that the whole reason that Yaz is so proactive and, willing to during the season is because being mind trolled or she's on the.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, there is a theory that she's going to join the Master.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't believe it, but...
I don't really believe it either, but I just wanted to point it out in case someone's like, well, there's a theory that she's being brainwashed by the Master.
Oh, okay.
But if that's the case, then it means she only got agency when she was taken over by a evil Time Lord.
Fucking stupid and bad. Just
that would be really bad.
Oh, hey, look.
Make up the theory.
I know you did. I'm not blaming you.
No, it's not your fault.
Yeah.
Well, don't shoot the messenger.
If Chris Chibnall writes that in, it's his fault.
But that's I don't even have the words for how.
This is one of those times where I actually want the throwaway line to be just a throwaway line and nothing linked to anything more major.
Goddamn. Hey, look, yes, it's more characterization because she's taken over. Oh,
that's actually made me quite angry.
I knew.
It's half people think he was brainwashed or something by the. The other half think that she just likes.
You know what I think? I think Chris Chibnall took the goddamn criticism that he wasn't writing yes for shit, and he got better at it.
Could be.
Here's my theory.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping too.
It's Chris Chibnall. You can never tell.
You can never tell. He's getting better. I want to say Spyfall Part 2 notwithstanding, he's getting better. Like. Last week was an absolute, what the fuck?
There hasn't been an absolute turkey yet, unless maybe Orphan 55 in certain circles.
Well, God. I don't know. We'll be talking about Orphan 55
we will.
For sure. But, should we talk about Jake and Adam? Because I really
Jake, Adam, and Gabriella, or Three Idiots Roaming, to give them their new name.
I really liked Jake and Adam, y'all.
I did too.
Pandering
at the end, though, I felt.
A little bit of pandering where?
Oh, when Jake and Adam kiss, it felt a little too forced, like they're focusing too much on it. Like, look, they're gay characters. They survived the episode. They didn't die like most gay people do in these sorts of shows. We did it.
I'm not surprised they survived, though, because I believe Pete McTighe is gay.
Oh. Well,
I believe. I'm saying I believe just to make sure that if I'm wrong, I don't get sued. But I believe that he is. I believe he is gay or queer.
Like they did kind of threaten that what you said, the whole bury your gays thing, like twice. First, when Adam is like, you don't know if the drugs are going to take effect on him, and second with Jake's great big spaceship piloting thing. I was just sitting there like, oh, shit. Don't you fuck this up. Don't fuck it up. And they didn't fuck it up, which is quite
nice. Does this
nice.
count as unburying your gays?
They let them live. It's good. Like I'm just thank God that they didn't fall into that bullshit trope.
That trope is played out.
It just seems like at the end they lingered on the kiss a little too close and a little too long.
I mean,
look, they survived.
Yeah,
I didn't get that sense personally. No. Really, I really liked Jake in this episode because
Jake's a standout.
He's a standout. He's kind of a mess. He's bad at commitment. I just had the big feelings for that guy. I really like that guy. I'm glad he lived.
He is the most American cop in England.
I love his introduction where he tackles the guy running through the supermarket. He goes, you don't have to say anything, but if you do say most seriously aggravate me.
Oh my God.
I love that.
If we were more cynical, we'd say Jake is a better written police character in 45, 50 minutes than Yaz has been for a series and a half.
We are more cynical, so let's absolutely do that. Jake is a better written character in 45 minutes than Yaz.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, I'm good that Yaz is getting her own characterization, but still, it has to be said.
Yeah.
They fucking knocked it out of the park with Jake. Why couldn't they do that for Yaz?
Yeah, he's a well-written character. Adam, I could take or leave Adam, but you kind of need him with Jake.
Yeah, He's fine. He's
love
fine.
the fact that Jake travels halfway around the world just to try and find him.
Mm.
And it didn't originally register to me on first watch. Oh, right, they're obviously linked romantically. Yeah. I just thought maybe they were very good friends, or he owed him a debt or something.
I didn't think of that until they said on the beach, separated, married. I'm like, oh, okay.
When I say he owed him a debt, I don't mean money. I mean like he owed him his life or something, and he was paying the favour. Mm. Not he owed him 100 quid.
So there's another. I saw somewhere. I won't mention the forum, but there was a discussion of the episode. And someone just listed off this great big list of bullet points of like these CinemaSins-esque critiques, and the first one was who texted Jake about Adam if he was in the thing.
The scientists.
The scientists. Okay, there you can see. It's like, and none of these things like really hamper my enjoyment of the episode. It was okay. You're just doing that. I didn't spell it all out for me in the letters, sort of bullshit.
Or it could have been Adam himself in his more lucid moments. The point is, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't hurt the episode.
Chris Chibnall creating a narrative contrivance in my Doctor Who?
Not everything has to be explained on screen.
I escape. Unless it's how the Master escaped because he's evil again.
Yes.
Please explain that.
I have an explanation for that. I escaped.
That would never not be funny.
Beautiful. So, on that side, Jake, really good. Adam, okay, like a really pretty good guest cast this time.
Yeah, and
I really like them.
Two of them are quite famous in this country. Warren Brown is well known for being in things like Luther. He often plays police officers of some description. Mm-hmm. And Matthew McNulty is also quite famous. He actually played a police officer just recently in, what was it called? Really dark Scottish drama about David Tennant killing his children and his wife.
The fuck?
Darkwater Fell.
What the fuck?
He's a very possessive, controlling doctor, and then his wife and 3 kids are found dead in a burning house. It's like, did he do it or did he not?
That's Jesus.
Yeah, David Tennant can be dark.
Let's talk about something happy. You know, like how we're polluting the planet with plastic.
Well, you forgot Gabriella.
No, I didn't. I mentioned Gabriella before.
Here's the thing about Gabriella. Some fans got the idea, based on the pre-episode publicity, that she might be a companion in the future.
Why?
And I don't know if it's something to do with like, this she's prominently featured in this photograph, and it seems like nonsense to me, but she does seem to display some of the traits she'd need in that role.
Well, let's put it this way. When Yaz became the Doctor, she became Yaz.
Oh my god! Holy shit!
Oh, wow.
Fuck!
That burn registered on the centigrade.
Oh, you know.
What character does she have other than she blogs about travel?
They really needed to do the rule of 3 on that because she only rings up
Brazilian?
twice.
I don't know. I've got nothing.
Fuck if I know.
I do want to point one small thing out about Gabriella because it involves a rather funny tweet that was sent. So she got over the death of her best friend pretty quickly.
Yeah, just a bit.
Like she was never mentioned again after she saw her disintegrate.
Narrative contrivance.
There's narrative contrivance, and then there's this, which just doesn't feel right. But
it's a little okay.
It led to some funness on Twitter though, because Pip Madeley, who we've mentioned before on this show.
Oh God, Pip! What did he do?
No, he didn't. It was somebody replying to Pip.
Okay.
So Pip was talking about how Jamila and another character were barely mentioned after they disappeared from the story, and a guy going by the name of Chibnall, but his real name is Nigel. I'm going to do a horrible job pronouncing this. So he's Scottish, I think. Nigel Autaloni. I'll spell it out later. But he writes for the Beano, the comic The Beano. And he writes, and I quote, Gabriella got over Jamila's death so quickly, she had to be planning to murder her anyway.
Holy shit.
I don't think he's wrong.
Neither do I.
Now, I'll have all the clout.
2 girls roaming, cross out 2 girls, 1 girl roaming.
Oh God, what's going to happen with Jake and Adam then?
Oh, Jesus.
there's just going to be 2 skeletons in bags found. Oh, God.
Holy Christ.
And I like the running gag where she thinks she's famous because she's her blog. It's like, you've heard of me, right? It's like, no.
Does she have a...
Fair, the trio have been kind of away from the...
Yeah, that's funny, but it's also way too on point for people that blog and use YouTube and podcasts and things.
We say as we sit on a series with, 30 views?
Yes. Let's face it, three idiots roaming. You replace roaming with podcasting, you could easily apply that to us.
3 idiots ranting.
Yeah.
3 idiots speaking.
You're not...
And another small thing about Gabrielle before we move on.
Too much into a stupid show about a time traveler who goes around collecting people and them die.
I haven't got a clue what you're talking about. So one more thing about Gabrielle.
You're putting it off as long as you can, aren't you?
The character is Brazilian.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But she's actually played by a Portuguese actress. That's not too surprising because Brazilians speak Portuguese. They tend to be interchangeable in casting for dramas. But here's the funny thing. Her friend Jamila, she's the first Brazilian actress to appear in Doctor Who on TV.
Oh, wow.
Well, first Brazilian actor of either gender. And her name is Gabriela Toloi.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the actress's name is Gabriela.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
But Gabriela is not played by somebody called Gabriela. Just want to put that out there. Now, I'm not putting off the whole plastic pollution Praxeus thing, okay, Jerry? I had some interesting points I wanted to get out. I've now got them out. Thank you very much.
Now, pollution, motherfuckers!
It happened again.
I cannot believe this. Like, I'm not even, outraged at the moralizing of it, because this is far more subtle than Orphan 55. Which is not hard to do, because Orphan 55 basically grabbed the mic and screamed in your face, "Do something!"
It's Spaceballs all over again.
Yeah. So it's not hard for Praxeus to be a little more subtle about it. I just am amazed that Chibnall, 3 weeks apart, did 2 environmental stories. Like, does he have an agenda? If he had an agenda, he would have woven it more into the show, wouldn't he?
You know what I think then, Frez?
What's
think
that?
this show needs a little bit of a rebrand.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go again. What the fuck?
Oh my God! It's beautiful.
You've been waiting for that forever, haven't you?
I chose not only the most awkward pictures I could find of them, but I even picked a person to go on ahead for a reason.
I love the fact that A, Gabriella is nowhere to be found, and B, Adam's shot is just him and his astronaut helping.
Oh,
this much like Hart, he does absolutely nothing.
Oh my God!
And then Jake nearly died in a fiery explosion.
Mm-hmm.
You've really got into this.
There, and she was under the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And then
okay,
with
Graham
and Ryan, I kind of floundered between the two. But Wind does absolutely fuck all, so Graham gets to be in that spot. And then Ryan gets to be the leader of the...
Wait, Wind did fuck all on Captain Planet?
Wind did fuck all.
Okay, I haven't seen Captain Planet in 30 years. So
was Wind the blonde Russian chick?
Yes.
Yeah. Again,
Wind was Linka the blonde.
The only
I have seen the
thing I remember is Kwame, Earth guy who Ryan.
Yes.
Mm.
Well, thank you for that diversion.
I can name all these fuckers, but let's talk about pollution instead.
Please do.
Oh my God!
I've got a theory about this, and I could be way off base. But given how sort of slapdash parts of Orphan 55 were, is it possible this was not supposed to originally, Orphan 55 was not supposed to originally be in Series 12?
I mean, that could be a thing.
Is this another Fear Her situation where we had a story about Stephen Fry that wasn't ready? So they're substituting Fear Her?
Maybe.
maybe they did this. I don't know. There's no concrete information for this. It's just me theorizing. But
I mean, look. Let's be honest. We're going to be comparing this to Orphan 55 for obvious reasons. Orphan 55. I liked the do something brazenness of the whole thing. But other than that, I have to concede that Orphan 55 is a jumbled mess. Now, yeah. I like jumbled messes, Doctor Who sometimes, so that meant I liked Orphan 55 but you can't deny it's a jumbled mess. Praxeus is not a jumbled mess.
No, it's not.
I think part of the reason that most people are so angry about this, especially, is because it came almost right after, so that was about pretty much the same thing, where humans are wrecking the planet. We should do something.
And that's why I'm theorizing that maybe it was a last-minute replacement.
Well, you know what my theory is?
What's
my
that?
theory is that Chibnall is using Doctor Who as his fucking soapbox.
Wouldn't be the first time anyone's done that before.
But the first one wasn't his story; it was Ed Himes.
But he had to approve it.
He's the showrunner.
True, but he wasn't co-writer for that one like he was for this week's. But you could be right.
I don't.
There's a lot of nice concepts around Praxeus actually this week.
It's more subtle, like I said. It's not, and again, it's not screaming in your face, but it is bringing up the issue of plastic pollution.
Yeah.
And giving it a weird spacey theme of plague, which it's deeply, deeply unfortunate that this came out a week or two. I don't remember when it first happened. The whole coronavirus thing.
I was going to mention this. Yes, it's a coincidence. It's an unfortunate coincidence. Some fans think it was an intentional reference. Given this was filmed last year, over a year ago, I think that's extremely unlikely.
No, it absolutely can't be. It's just bad timing.
McTighe might have had SARS or bird flu or MRSA or other pathogens in mind when he wrote it. But I don't think. Well, I know
it doesn't really feel like a pathogen episode. If they wanted to do a political pathogen, they would have done that.
Yeah.
What I was thinking of was there was a story about these two girls who they made a bacteria that plastic. I thought it was going to be that.
Yeah. It could have been that.
She says in the show that it's a bacteria that got it on a path. So I thought it was going to be that, but it turned out it was actually.
And on that subject, I like the little reference to the Autons.
It's cute. It's I was thinking the same thing. It's plastic. Is it the Autons? Autons! Wait, no, that doesn't work.
It would have been really interesting if they'd taken the gas mask off those dudes and they'd just been plastic faces underneath.
That would have been something.
Oh, yeah. I have to mention something, a really funny behind-the-scenes bit about this episode. Talking about the gas mask dudes. So there's a scene... Sorry. There's a scene where there's one dead on the floor or dying on the floor, and the doctor's got to trying to take the mask off. But the plastic suit that the actor is wearing is making this noise like a fart. Like this big squeaky fart. So as they're doing it, the suit moves, the sound goes off, everyone starts corpsing. Then the man who's pretending to play the body is corpsing.
So it was a Slathine all along.
Oh God, no! Shut up. I've been quite enough of them for the Sarah Jane Adventures. Thank you very much.
No, but this episode, it's a environmental message is a bit less than Orphan 55 because, well, it's not entirely our fault. The plastic pollution part, that's absolutely on us. But what that enables is just the space alien pathogen to come down and be brought upon us by these other space aliens.
And the concept of Jayas, by the way, is very real. The most famous one is perhaps, it's got a fantastic name, the Pacific Trash Vortex.
Oh, yeah. That's what I thought of when she said that.
Trash.
And I mean, it's very sad, but it's a great name.
Yeah. But yeah, so humanity's pollution fuck up. It's very real. It's a very real thing they're talking about. And it enables the space alien pathogen, which is totally a real threat. A very good one. Praxeus. But it is muted because it's not Orphan 55 saying that we're the ones fucking this shit up. So, as an environmental message, it is a little more than Orphan 55, which I don't know how I feel about it. I'm sure a lot of people are happier considering that they found Orphan 55 preachy.
Yeah. It's less ham-fisted here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I can agree with that. I appreciated the sheer ballsiness of the hand-fistedness nature of Orphan 55, but there's something to be said for subtlety, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said before. The only reason I have a real problem is, again, because it comes so soon to Orphan 55.
Yeah. Like, if Orphan 55 never happened, I would likely be saying, yeah, okay, that's an effective little message. A little weird, but pretty effective.
And I've just, as we've been talking, I've just cast my mind back to Series 11, and Arachnids in the UK, which was a Chris Chibnall written episode, also had a message about pollution and environmentalism. Oh god, I think he has an agenda. I think he has an agenda.
Wait, what episode was this? Saranga?
Arachnids in the UK.
Oh, Jesus! You're right!
Yeah.
Oh my god!
We all forgot about that, didn't we? But
has Chibnall been an environmentalist this entire fucking time?
He might have been.
Oh my god! Holy shit! The man had a point!
And you said that Chris Chibnall had nothing to do with Orphan 55. You just be right.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm already inviting myself into the server as we speak.
Payoff. Oh my god.
There are other nice little concepts about this episode. Well, one's not nice, one's terrifying. The birds.
The birds.
Those goddamn birds.
That's the closest thing to a monster we've got. So.
Is he doing a Hitchcock where he to reference the birds? Or did someone genuinely not tell him about bird at all?
I'm gonna say Hitchcock.
I'm thinking Hitchcock rather than Birdemic.
Birdemic is more like an internet meme thing than like something the BBC would know about.
What you have to do is Google the birds or Birdemic.
Yeah, but Birdemic is niche, whereas the birds is iconic.
Yeah,
it's not that niche.
Compared to Hitchcock, it's niche.
Compared to one of Alfred Hitchcock's all-time most terrifying movies.
I can't believe we're comparing Birdemic to Alfred bloody Hitchcock.
Well, that's what it's basically is. It's just a really shit version of the bird.
God almighty.
Also, literally, right here, Birdemic Shock and Terror on the same page as if you Google the bird.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Alright, well, moving on.
There's no way that there's a Birds 2?
Oh Jesus.
Birds 2, Electric Birdaloo.
Birds? The fuck?
There's a sequel to the birds, apparently. I'll check that out later, but I gotta see later. But I want to mention something that when Yaz and Gabriella discovered what they thought was the alien colony, I was not impressed at first. I thought, oh god, this looks so cheap.
Well,
it's just rubbish.
Well,
and then of course it transpired it actually was rubbish. But well, I just thought, because Doctor Who sometimes is known for having low budget sets.
Oh my god!
There was bits of net. There was bits of detritus. It's like, oh, this looks a bit awful, and then, oh no, it's supposed to look like that.
Now, is the set designer going, we need more plastic bottles. Can you guys just start chugging that water?
Oh my god! Okay, we're making this episode about plastic pollution. Listen, I need you to waste as much plastic as possible in making this set a reality. Oh my god.
Praxeus carbon footprint with 25,000.
Actually,
that's coming dangerous. That's coming dangerously close.
Was generated because of episode.
That's coming dangerously close to the that one political comic. We should improve society somewhat. Yet you live in that you participate in society. Curious. I am very intelligent.
Yeah, not the first time we've referenced that on this podcast, but fair enough.
Oh, God.
Speaking of very intelligent, or perhaps who isn't, Suki-chan.
Oh, okay. Okay, this is...
Oh, what a waste.
Well, she's fine for what she is.
Again, the actress' performance is fine. The acting is absolutely okay. Not the best, not the worst, but what she's given to work with. And I will give some credit. I will give some credit to McTighe and Chibnall here. They hit her well in the first half of the episode.
Like I said, I suspected her, then unsuspected her, and then got to go, oh shit! So,
and I'm guessing when people realised that she was an evil scientist, a few people went, oh my god, it's the Rani!
Oh, I didn't think that.
I'd say a few people, not us.
Oh shit.
We know it's not the Rani. I will not believe the Rani is going to show up until the Rani shows up, and even then I won't believe it.
The Rani already showed up. Justice for Gus.
Until... Gus was the best Rani we never had.
Justice for Gus 2020.
No, but I really like Suki's backstory. Like, the whole survivor from a world wrecked by Praxeus, who came to Earth and took advantage of our pollution to turn us into their science experiment to cure the Petri dish.
Yeah. I like the character of... I like the idea of an alien scientist. Obviously it's a parallel to the Doctor. Wait, did you spot this? You didn't spot this. I get to do this for the first time ever. Doctor Who Mirror, you missed it.
You did it. I let you do it last week.
No, but you already saw it.
Yeah.
That's how you saw it. You didn't see this comparison coming. The joke is dead. Long live the joke.
You can't kill
on with it already.
Get on with it.
Well, we've mentioned before that
they're both scientists. Yeah,
they are really leading into the scientific aspect of Jodie's character.
Yeah.
And now we have, and she even says, "I'm a sucker for a scientist," which again, Tesla 2 weeks ago.
Tesla.
Cat just squealing in the background of Tesla's mention.
I just love that. It's not like a shrill fangirl squeak. It's just a little sighing fangirl. That was cute.
Well, I mean, I can do the high-pitched one, but I don't want to...
Yes, please keep us... let us live.
I care about our audience.
And Pete McTighe obviously likes his antagonist. Thank you for putting me right that she's not a villain, she's an antagonist. He likes his antagonists to actually have some consequences for their actions. So she infects the planet with Praxeus, and as a result, she dies horribly.
Kind of a waste, really. Like, I would have liked to see the Doctor and her working together.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be funny, but the scene just before Suki bites the bullet is unintentionally hilarious. It's like, Suki and the Doctor, two brilliant scientists, we can working together, we can fix this, and then she immediately dies.
It's almost like a parody.
I think maybe that's what they intended, yeah, but he did this with Charlie and Kablam as well, where the antagonist scheme ultimately leads them to their death.
Okay, I'm gonna praise Pete Kablam, man. Here, I can't say his last name. Thank God he didn't pull another Charlie and make her like some sort of pollution activist. Like,
oh God,
mankind's polluting the planet, so I released Praxeus to wipe the slate clean so we can all live.
If she had been at Station Rebellion, I would have just quit watching the show on the spot.
Like, I was worried he was going to do that, and he didn't do that. Thank God.
I can say she's a lot like Charlie in one way. They both exploded.
And then you exploded.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's another thing. Her exploding contradicts what the episode tells you 5 minutes beforehand.
Contradicts lore!
Well, it's not lore, but
no, it doesn't.
The established facts of the narrative. So, when they find the dead gas mask alien, They find it with his mask off and the infections across its face.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't disintegrated.
Right, yeah. They already explained this. She got scratched by the bird.
But she's not human.
They also explained it.
She got a double dose of Praxeus. That's why she blew up.
Because I thought the real reason why she blew up was to make.
That.
I thought the reason why she blew up was because they didn't want to have her corpse in the scene where the gang goes into the spaceship.
No, she got a second dose of Praxeus when they were running from the birds.
All right.
That's why she blew up.
It's not just that. It's also the fact that the doctor specifically asks, "Did you use the antidote?" And they never answer that, so it's implied that she did.
Okay.
Yeah.
She used the antidote meant for humans on herself when she had
Nice try, Cinema Sins.
I'm not cinema. Get out of here. Get out of town. You do not compare me to that.
All right. I apologize.
I haven't been nasty to you this week. God damn it. I gave you a nice introduction. I didn't insult you once during the introduction. And this is the thanks I get. I will turn this podcast around.
I don't think we're getting McDonald's after.
Or it's a single black coffee and leaves.
See, I turned it around.
I think we've also referenced that on this podcast as well. We're running out of official ideas.
I will turn this podcast around.
A bit like Chris Chibnall. Hi-oh.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Okay, so you've brought up a good point that I didn't consider. That maybe the Praxeus on Earth that escaped the ship mutated from the birds, and the birds scratched her, so she got a double dose of it, and that caused her to explode. Okay, I can work with that.
Okay.
I thought it was just because it was a practical reason. I'm already in that server. I'm not going to invite myself again. I thought it was a practical thing that they didn't want her body in the background for that scene.
It could have been too. I don't know.
I like your idea. I like your theory.
Yeah. Well, it's not a theory. It's
that's basically all we have to say about Suki.
It's what happens in the episode.
Yeah, all right.
She got a double dose and then tried to heal herself, and instead she blew up.
I guess. So that's all we have to say about Suki. And then there's the Ramu. He's dead.
Yep, he died.
Well, I feel so sorry for this guy. So his role was never really explained. He works with Suki.
Mm-hmm.
So was he a member of her crew? Was he a human that had no idea of the truth about Suki? Was he a human that was siding with Suki? We'd never find out.
Nope, fucking clue.
The birds just get him, but he's never mentioned again.
It was his own fault.
The birds just get him, and he's never mentioned again. Also, couldn't he not just looked for the birds out of the window?
That's exactly why him dying is his own fault. He decided to stand outside like a dumbass
on his own
when a whole bunch of birds are watching them.
God.
Yeah.
He must be an alien because he's never seen a horror movie in his entire life.
My personal view on it, and unlike with the Suki exploding thing, I think this time I'll be backed up, is that he was a human that didn't have a clue about Suki's true identity, because when the doctor says the word alien on the beach, he looks alarmed. Suki doesn't.
Okay, there you go. That's good.
Yeah, but he could also look alarmed because she might have discovered that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll never find out. Unless Pete McTighe confirms it, and it's unlikely because unfortunately his Twitter account is protected right now. Unless he confirms it,
oh, damn.
We'll never know.
Did people give him that much shit over?
No, I think his account's been protected for a good while.
Okay.
I don't think it's because of any particular incident.
Maybe because I didn't like.
Maybe
I didn't care.
Maybe it's because his last episode was called Evil. I don't know.
I didn't at the guy and tell him.
No, not you. You weren't the only one to say that. So he could have been one of her crew, or he might not have been. Nobody actually knows that he's dead.
Oh, Jesus.
It's never referenced.
Oh, my God.
The birds attack him, and then we never see him again. So,
Christ.
Was he just devoured by them? Was he infected? And if he was infected, obviously he was going to explode. But
yeah, I guess he got infected enough that he blew up.
the poor sod is never actually discovered by the other characters.
All he is dust in the wind.
Yeah, a bit like Jamila. Oh, Dustin!
Oh, gee.
I just saw that, Dustin. God damn it, Jerry. We need to have
Took you long
words.
enough.
I was in the middle of a sentence, Kat. It just clicked.
Oh, that's brilliant. The
Yeah.
fact that you had to catch
And
up.
a little bit about the resolution. Not that terrible episode, but to this story, the conclusion, the ending.
Well,
So we get a heroic sacrifice,
and then not,
he's saved, which I liked.
which does beg the question, considering it only makes Orphan 55 look worse than Paris.
Yep. If she can save Jake, who she absolutely should have saved, why could she not save Bella and Kane, who she absolutely should have saved as well?
Because Ed Heim didn't think about it.
I hope that's the case, and not that they deserve to die, because God, that's fucked up.
I don't know. I don't think it's anything. I think that's the easiest answer.
She's the doctor and she saves people. She's even trying to save Suki this week.
Like,
now I'm curious, which of these stories actually came first?
There's no way to tell, unfortunately.
That's a very good question.
They're so alike in so many ways. It's almost like one of them plagiarized the other.
You can tell which one might have been filmed before the other because of production order, but other than that...
Who knows? Like, it puts me in the unenviable position of having to give Kerblam Guy and Chibnall the nod over Ed Heim.
But you've got to be fair. On this occasion, you have to give the nod to McTighe and Chibnall.
I do. I mean, I don't really like that I have to do it, but I gotta.
Also, like, on the subject of people that the Doctor could have saved from exploding spaceships, Adric.
Shit. I didn't even think. Well,
Pip even went as far as to Photoshop him into the episode.
Well. To be fair, I can probably explain Adric by the fact that they saw the ship explode, and then at that it became a fixed.
No, I can explain Adric. He wasn't a popular character.
Yeah, even better. Even better.
And they wanted the shock of killing him off, but he
and then
could
they
have
had
been
the
saved.
ship.
He could have been saved.
Potentially, but I mean,
and I think in one of the big finishes, he is saved, but not by the Doctor.
I don't know.
Like, I think he goes into a bubble universe or something silly like that. But
money space.
So the day is saved. I don't know if it's E-Space or not, but the day is saved, Jake is saved, and that final shot of the three, I suppose we call them new friends, Jake, Adam, and Gabriella. Now, you said earlier that you don't know what parts of this episode Chris Chibnall wrote.
You feel like he did that?
Do you think that maybe one or all of them were his inventions?
I don't.
Are they being set up? Are they being set up to appear again?
I doubt it.
It's just the way Gabriella says, drop in and see us sometime, or words to that effect.
Oh, every goddamn Doctor Who guest star says that.
Yeah, it's true. And we've had one-off guest characters that were slated by the fandom to become future companions, and that didn't happen. Shona McCullough, I'm staring in your general direction.
You can't see it, but I'm raising my hand. I have a question.
Yeah.
Question. So Gabriella was in Peru before this, right?
Yep.
Her and Jamila were in Peru, yeah, camping.
And Jake went to Hong Kong, where Adam was, right?
Yes.
How are they going to get home without their passport?
That's another ding.
Or ID, or
good point.
Anything that would get them out of Madagascar.
You're not really supposed to think about that, but it is. Yeah, that's kind of. They'll figure something out.
Adam just says, "I'm a famous astronaut. I'm an international hero. Let me on the goddamn plane."
Let me out of here.
I'm sure if they managed to get in contact with something. I don't know.
The Madagascar UK embassy.
Yeah, I don't know if they have an embassy or not, but I'm sure that Adam could do it easily. But they still, they still left their stuff, for Jake in a hotel square and Gabriella out in the middle of the woods.
Yeah. So I think we've talked pretty much all we wanted to talk about Praxeus. Shall we get to the overall thoughts?
Sure thing.
Is it okay if I go first this week?
Yes.
Okay. So my first thoughts after transmissions we've already touched on is that this was over 55, but done a lot better. The environmental message is not so ham-fisted. The plot actually has some substance to it. None of the main guest characters are actively annoying or badly written. Maybe Gabriella at a stretch, but I think she was all right as well. And the message was less chastising and more hopeful, and I like that. It's not the best Series 12 story. It's still not the worst. I'm sorry, I think I have to give that at the moment to Orphan 55. Other people will disagree, and that's absolutely fine. Healthy debate is great. But no, it's not the best, it's not the worst, it's in the middle somewhere.
Who
would like to go next?
I'll go next, yes. Okay. So, it's very hard not. While I did appreciate the brazenness of Orphan 55's ham-fisted direct-to-camera message, and I'm a little sad that the Praxeus, rather, didn't quite go that unsubtle. It has to be said that this is by far less of a mess and a much better constructed episode than Orphan 55. It's got really good characters who interact well with companions, who are given their own agency and plots. Jake and Adam are particular. Praxeus, while a little less our fault with the pollution message of Stop the Planet, is still a credible threat and really great. And it manages to avoid a bury your gaze moment. It has a happy ending overall. It's good. I would put it in the middle, like as you said, just behind Nikola Tesla's Night of Terror and Fugitive of the Jadoon. So that's probably third best? Yeah, third best, I would say. Just behind those. It's good. I liked it.
For some reason, I'm offended by that.
Why?
I don't know, because you placed it so close to Tesla.
Well, Tesla was the best one. Well, or it was.
Yes.
It's like top 1, top 2, somewhere around there.
Top
You either
one.
juggle that top 1. I don't know. Fugitive had that really good twist. But what did you think of
Top
Praxeus?
one. I would like this a lot more. It was the one that environment. We're gonna obviously we talked a lot about Orphan 55, so I'm gonna try and not talk about that and try to talk about by itself. With I still have to say that if it had been the only one, or at least in the season, fine. It points out a problem that is something that most people don't think about or know about. That's just how much plastic created our world themselves. I did enjoy the birdemic parts. That was fun. The character beats were amazing. Like Jodie's look, she's asked if she can save Jake, she's like, shit, I can. And it seemed like something that she needed in that moment, especially after what happened in the previous episode. Her downing. Like I said, Jake and Adam are great characters. Gabriella's there. She's there. Pretty much all I could say about her. And then, otherwise, it's a little hard to describe how. I liked parts of it, but I didn't like all of it, so I'm also pretty.
Yeah. I think we're all agreed that it's in the middle.
It's good. Not great, but good.
I think maybe if Orphan 55 did not exist, it would be a lot better.
It does suffer a bit.
You wouldn't have that frame compared to it.
Its proximity to Orphan 55 does hurt it a little bit.
Yeah.
In some respects, it hurts it, but in some respects, it helps it because it's being compared favourably to that episode. So,
yeah, that's a good point. So you take it both ways.
It both helps and hinders it. Next week, then, oh boy, we take a left turn to Albuquerque with the episode entitled "Can You Hear Me?"
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for this? Because my God,
I'm thinking it's going to be like a episode preying on your biggest fears. So
this is creepy as hell, and it's kind of similar to this week's episode in terms of the plot synopsis, where there are interconnecting events happening at different locations at the same time. But this time, those locations are a lot more spread out across space and time. So we have Syria, 1380, Sheffield, present day, and the deepest, darkest reaches of outer space.
Mm.
And the next time trailer didn't show much. But if you don't mind potentially getting minor spoilers, the Doctor Who YouTube channel and the Twitter page put out an extended trailer for this episode, and oh my God, one or two of the shots in that are just disturbing.
I'll probably wait until the actual episode drops.
Yeah, our baddie, our main baddie, appears to be a strange boogeyman-like figure played by Ian Gelder.
Ooh.
And without giving too much away, there is a shot in that trailer that makes my blood run cold.
Spooky.
There's a shot here that makes my blood run cold, and that's the fact that I looked up who Charlene James is, and ooh.
Oh. Is she the writer?
Yes.
I wasn't sure if this was Maxine Alderton or Charlene James. Also, another Chris Chibnall co-write, so maybe some series art stuff will appear. There was no series art stuff this week. So
No. So for what is he like? Leave the writers be then.
Honestly, though, given how Fugitive of the Jejune ended, I quite appreciate the break.
Yeah, like I was talking to a friend and I said I need a breather before the episode ended. I need a breather from Fugitive of the Jejune.
Well, you sure got it. Your friend
got
it. Your friend got their breather.
No, I wanted they wanted like all
you
in.
wanted the breather.
Yeah, I got what I wanted. They wanted all in fucking art bullshit.
Yeah. No, it's okay to have a break, a week or two away from that. I think the art bullshit, as you call it, is going to ramp up considerably this week.
Yeah, we might get another like breather from it, and then like 9 and 10 are just.
I know what's coming. Episode 8. You people aren't ready for it.
Oh God!
No,
how many mirrors are they going to break?
I don't know any. Shut up! I don't know any major spoilers for it. I just know the general gist of the episode, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, we'll find out.
I'm really looking forward to this one too.
Is the general just that Clara comes back, but she spends the entire episode just mirrors?
Oh. Well, if this is about fears and nightmares and dreams, maybe there might be some cameos from the past.
I doubt it.
I don't know. There are some rumours concerning the identity of Ian Gelder's character that stem from site reports, on-set filming reports from a few months back. I'm not going to get into those here because I don't want to spoil it for you two, or indeed my own enjoyment for this episode. But if it's revealed to be who people think it is, I will of course mention that next week. And if it's not that, then I'll mention that was wrong. And it won't be me going in the server, it'll be them, because I'm not saying it is him, Kat, before you even start.
Oh, Rainiac, don't even try. You're getting invited to that server next week anyway. You know it.
I think I'm a permanent resident of that server now. But thank you to Frisky Inferno and Kat then for joining me and insulting me for the last 60 minutes. No. Thank you for discussing Praxeus with me. Oh God, what have you late? Thank you for that.
You're absolutely correct.
Slap me down, then raise me back up again just to slap me down even further. I see how it is.
That's how I roll.
But the sad thing is, you're not wrong. Thank you to you two for joining me to talk about Praxeus. Thank you to you, the audience, for listening to us talk about Praxeus. I hope you enjoyed our deliberations. And join us next week for what I hope will be a really, really good episode. Can you hear me?
Yes.
God damn it. Until then, bye for now.
Me now?
Almost couldn't complete the end of the podcast because I was corpsing. Thanks for that, Jerry.